Thank you once again for joining me here, and I hope that now you've followed the lesson too, and you know how to format your input as a table, and also how to format your inputs as currencies. In this lesson, we'll be looking at formulas and functions, but then we begin with how to insert and delete column, and how to insert and delete rows. Then we move on to some basic functions in Excel, such as the sum, the product, average, count, maximum and minimum, and also how to use the if function. So let's get started. So we have a data here, and it's about the weekdays and also the cost per unit for probably maybe sales we made in the course of a week. So probably maybe you want to insert a new column between column A and column B, which will represent maybe the number of product that was bought on that day. So to do that, you place your cursor on the column and then you just right click. You see there's this new pop-up here. Then you click on the insert. So insert here. Yes. So as soon as you do that, because it's already been formatted as a table, you get a new column that is inserted on the left of the column you placed on. And this column is named column 1. So you can give it a new name. So probably let's say quantity. Yes. So probably let's say we want to give it some quantity first. We can probably 1, 4, 5, 3, 2. Yeah, that is that. So you see that we've inserted a new column here, and probably maybe you want to take it off. So in order to do that, you just click on this column you want to take off. You right click this new pop-up. After the insert, you see a delete. So you can just delete. You see that your column is off. Yes, we might need it, so let's bring it back. You can use the shortcut on your keyboard, which is Ctrl Z, and then you get your column back. Now we also look at how to insert a row, right? So let's say in this data, I want to insert an entry for Saturday. So to do that, you just place it on a Twitter, you do a right click, same thing, see an insert here, this insert, then a new row is being created here. So you see that it has created a new row between Friday and Twitter, right? Yes. So you can choose to input, let's say Saturday, yes, let's say give it a rough figure, let's say 4, and an amount you can give it, let's say 200 for this amount. So you see that we have a new row which is being inserted here. And if you want to take it off, use the same approach, but then choose the delete. So you come here, choose the row you want to delete. You do a right click, there's this new pop-up, then you choose your delete, then everything will be gone. So you see that we don't have Saturday here, right? It's been deleted. So that is about how to insert and delete rows and columns in Excel. So the next thing is about um, formulas. So formulas are expressions of values in a range of cells. So let's take it for example that we want to know the total cost per unit here. So now we can just start with a formula that is going to manually add each entries from C2 up to C6. Yes. So in order to use the formula, we start with an equal sign. So we start with an equal sign here, right? Then you see this plus this cell, which is C3 plus C4 plus C5 plus C6, and click enter. So you see that we have all these cells being what added here. So it is a formula. We've manually what added these cells, right? Now we can also choose to use what we call formulas. In order to make things easier, is Excel is having an inbuilt function which is predefined formula. So in this case, you want to just sum from C2 to C6. So instead of adding, we can call the inbuilt function sum in Excel to help us out. So let's try it whether we get the same thing. So we can start with equal to. When we're using formulas and functions, start with equal to. So we call our sum function. Then we say we are going to sum from C2 to C6. So we can just click that cell, drag to the cell that we want to add. So from Monday to Friday, so C2 to C6 here. Then we can just close our parentheses here. You get it? You click enter. Okay, so you see that we find the sum here. So you see that this formula here gave us 1900, and the inbuilt function sum also gave us what, 1900. So in both ways, we've come up with the summation of it. So formulas and functions are being used in order to have a quick calculations in Excel. So that is it. So probably okay, I want to use the inbuilt sum here, so I can just clean this one, clean this one. So I can call my sum function here. Yes, the sum from here to here. And I close it. And I have my total as easy as that. So that is about how to use the sum function. So the next thing is maybe we want to know the total amount that was being sold. You know that the cost per unit is 500 and the quantity sold here is 1 on that day. So if you want to know the total, you can create a new heading here. Let's say total amount, right? Yes. And then just widen it a bit. Okay, so we are cool here. So here maybe I want to multiply the quantity by the cost per unit so that I can get the total amount that was being sold on that day. So I'll probably use the product function. So let's try that and see. So I can call equal to, and I call products, right? See that this is the product. So I choose the product. So product of what? This, right? You bring your comma here. So it's calling for the next thing I want to multiply. So the cost per unit here, I just click on it and I close my parentheses. Just click and see that everything is being multiplied for me here. So from here to from Monday to Friday is being what? It's being multiplied, right? Yes. But the unfortunate thing is I have here to be a product. Of course, I don't want the product. I should get the total here. So I can rather clean it and call what the total, the sum function, right? And call my sum here. So I want to sum my total here from D2 to D6. So I can just, sorry, okay, sure. I can call my equal sign here, call my sum, right? As soon as the parenthesis opens, you just highlight from C2 to C6. You close the parenthesis, voila, you have it here. Of course, we want to format the total amount in currency, like we did the last time. You just highlight everything here. You come to currency, and voila, we have it. Let me move this one. Yes. So you see how it also use the product function. So probably you want to find the average of the total amount you sold. Let's say the average amount you sold here. So you can, let's say, call, let's say, average here, and call this average, right? Yes. So for me to find the average from Monday to Friday, I just again call my equal sign, right? And I call the function average, AVE. So you see that average pops up here. Click on that, and I choose average. So once I choose the average, I can highlight the range of cells I want to find the average. So from D2 to D6, I close my parentheses. Then this becomes the average what amounts from the weekdays, right? The next thing is you also want to do what we call count. So the count will help you to count the number of entries that is there, the active figures that you have. So for you to close it, you just call your equal sign. Sorry, let me put count here. Yes. Then I bring my equal sign. So I call my function count. I see it pops up here. Count here, choose count. Then this is my range of figures. Just highlight it here. So I get 5. So there are 5 entries here. Of course, when I do it for this, I put for the radius, I get the same count because they are just counting the figures for me, and there are 5 in numbers here. The next thing is how to find my maximum and how to find my minimum. So let me call my maximum here. So maximum, yes. So to get the maximum, I also call the max function called max. Yes. So maximum of all the amounts. So I close it. So what is the maximum amount? Is what? 3,000. So out of the total amount that was being sold in the day, the highest figure I sold was what? 3,000. Of course, when you take a look within your figures, you see that the highest value is what? 3,000. Let me also find the minimum. So let me call this minimum. I call my equal sign. I call the main function. Is the first one minimum. I select my range of values. I close it. I click enter. So you see that I get 200 here. Let's go through this. You see that the minimum value here, or the minimum amount here is what? 200, right? Yes. So another thing I want to do is, let's say I also want to do classification here, whether, let's say, I'm having a good amount or I'm having a poor amount, right? So what I do is I call this, let's say, quality of sales, right? Maybe this is how I want to call it. So what I want to do is here is, if a value is here, then the value is less than, let's say, the average amount, which is 1,260. I'll say that, okay, I'm having a poor sales. If, let's say, the total amount I make on that day is greater than 1,260, I say that I'm having what? A good sales. So we use the if function. So let's try that. So I put my um, cursor here, I make it active. I call equal to, right? Then I start call this if function if. So you see that this if function comes. I'm saying that if what? This figure, right? This total amount here is greater than, right, average. So the average is what? 1,260. What should we do? So if the value is true, I say that good sales. We use this good sales, right? Sorry, sales. Use my parentheses. Then if it's false, I say that it's a bad sales, right? It's a bad sales, right? Close it. So enter. See that as soon as I did that, of course, you see that 500 is less than what? 1,260 is a bad sales. 2,000 is greater than 1,260 is a good sales. 3,000 and so on and so forth. Of course, the total I don't want, so probably I can just take it off. Let me highlight this. Yes. So the if function has helped me to indicate whether I had a good sales on the day or bad sales. So that is about how we use the if function as well. So this is what I really want to um, give you today, and I'm sure that once you watch the videos and do the practical assignment I also attached to these lessons, of course, you will also get grounds to it. So I'll thank you once again for following this course. Of course, when you need assistance, you just WhatsApp me or probably send me an email and I'll respond to that. And one thing is I also share with you a Google form. I mean, I want to know the feedback and how you are faring, doing everything on your own. So please, you also do what to answer this or respond to these questionnaires so that I can get feedback. So thank you very much once again, and we shall meet in the next lesson. Bye bye.